Okay, welcome to this episode of Bushwhacked Adventures. Today we're going to work on a project here on the trailer in the driveway. What I have to do is to construct a rack to go up here. It's going to be different. I don't want a typical cargo trailer type rack because they're not very low profile. I want something pretty slim and tight fitting to the roof of the trailer so that I don't have to worry about it hanging up on things when I'm out on a trail. And then why am I doing it? I'm doing it so that I can mount a solar kit that I've got. We're going to put 200 watts of solar up there. And how am I going to do it? Well, right up here along the top, I have these eye bolts that I put in when I constructed my trailer. I figured I can anchor things to it, whether to the ground or up on the trailer. You have to be very careful when you're working with this area, at least in the Look brand trailer, and I think it's common in many cargo trailer brands. This is where they put the wiring for all of your lights. So you have to be very careful to not damage those lights. I installed those back before I put my walls in place. And even with that, I did damage one wire. I had to pull it back apart and patch one wire where I nicked it. So be careful if you're going to go this route, but this is a very affordable option. What I'm going to do is, because I've got these eye bolts, I can actually slide a piece of 1/2-inch conduit through that and then construct a rack out of conduit that I can custom build to fit the solar panels that I need. And so between the fasteners and the conduit, I'm going to be in this probably around $150 to build my rack. So that's the plan. It's a really, if you've ever worked with electrical conduit, it's pretty easy to work with. You use a conduit cutter, so you don't really need any specialized tooling. You can buy a conduit cutter for $20 at Home Depot. The connectors, I'll put links for each of those into the description of the video so that you're aware of at least what you can search for. You can build all kinds of things with these connectors. So let's get going with it. All right, first thing to do is to measure the length across the roof. Across, you see we're looking at 72.5 inches, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty much the same all the way across. So I'm going to go ahead and slide a piece of conduit in here so you can get an idea of what that's going to look like and how it becomes the base for me to anchor off of and show you how these connectors work. All right, you can see there, 10-foot conduit, 10-foot trailer, works great. I've got caps to go on the ends of these, but that's going to provide the base. So you can see here, I've got pass-through for some cabling for my solar. I put that in before I finished the walls and roof off inside. So it's there, it's just been waiting. Somewhere about right there. Close to my wiring. Yeah, something about like that. So I'm going to just get some measurements. So I've been playing around with the different parts and pieces, figuring out how to put it all together. And really it's a very simple system as long as you can cut pipe straight and at the right length. This is going to come together pretty well. I'll take it up on top and just show you what's going to happen. So what we have going on is this piece is going to clamp down here to that pipe. This will fit in here, cut to the appropriate length so I have the right height that I want. I'll have another cross member up here at the top just to kind of help provide stability. And this is, so I'll have my cross members going through. And what we have right here is a piece that will drop down, and this will provide a cross support for the solar panels. Those are kind of all the parts and pieces. It takes a Phillips screwdriver, a wrench, and an Allen wrench. Those are kind of the tools other than a pipe cutter. That's all you need to be able to do this. So it's going to be a lot of tedious cutting. I'm going to do some measuring, get a lot of pieces cut, and then we'll actually start some assembly. All right, I've got 5 pieces of conduit measured at 73 inches, which is what I need up there. If anything, it may be a ½ inch long. I'd rather be long than short. That's the plan. I'm going to just get to cutting, and we'll go from there. It's that simple. This is going to be, I'll show you this first cut here, and then we'll just break to the end. Not super exciting to watch. You can see how it's scoring into there. There we go. Nice clean cut. No burrs. All right, now, one down, a few more to go. Like so. Now, I'm ready to just kind of do a test fit for the length of my cut. We'll see how it fits. I think for the simple fact or process of just getting it ready to assemble and drill, I might just put them all together right here on this end rather than dealing with the 10-foot stretch that I need up there. So I like that plan. I'm going to go with that. Good. So I'll get some more put together here. I think that is ready to drill these holes. So let me grab my drill. It's a little while later, and I have one end set up. I've drilled through the pipe itself, put in some number 10 size 1.5 inch zinc plated screw bolts with nylock washers or nuts on the other end to help secure them. So for right now, we're going to call it a day. We'll get back to this again in the future. Perfect. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Day 2 on building the rack, and you can see what has happened here. It is the end of the day. I'm losing sun. This has been something that has been pretty tedious assembling to this point, but you can see how the panels are going to be sitting there. They're fairly recessed. I've done some measuring. I think I have my panel placed where I want it. I'm going to do another bar up here at the front, and still need to tie together that piece at the back. But those items there, what I need to do now is I need to go through and drill each of these holes 10 times and 12, because I'll do one more on the front end. Once I've done that on this side, Then I can also, I'll do it on the lower side too. There's a lot of hardware. I'll be honest, I don't know how to count. I've had to make 2 trips to Home Depot today just to be able to have enough washers. I've run out of washers a few times. So when I've ordered these attachments, they come with the bolt and a nut, but no washers. And I wanted to have some washers on here, lock washers in particular, to make sure this is locked in and more permanent. But you can see what this looks like. My measurements, as long as I'm good, I'm good. My spacing from here to there is 43 inches. It's a little less on that side, but I wanted to have that center attachment. Now, 1/2-inch conduit, if you order these off of Amazon, they're actually designed for a 0.84 inch outer diameter, which is larger than the 1/2-inch conduit. So I have actually used some rubber gasket in there that's what I used to make my gasket for the piping. Tighten it up, and I think it is working really well. I still need to go through and tighten up a little bit of my hardware through here to make sure it is good to go. But right now I'm gonna get the drill out. Sun's going down, it's starting to get cool, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my holes drilled so that that's finished. 1 down, 9 to go. Last one. Got the right bolts and the right washers and nylocks. Make it a little more secure so I don't have to worry about it. So we're going through. Do I have the right size wrench? I do. Lock it in. All right, we'll do that 9 more times. Last one. Okay. All right. Solar is going to end up kind of here in this front end on the left side. Exactly where I want it. It's not super heavy. It's actually fairly lightweight. I'm thinking this whole thing probably weighs 40 to 50 pounds. And I'm not planning on putting anything on it other than just the solar. I could potentially add 1 more panel if I need to, but this is 200 watts. I think it's going to be sufficient for my needs with this trailer. We'll see how it goes. Welcome to day 3. The rack is finally ready to go up, hopefully permanently. Hopefully it doesn't need to come down again. I've got all of the 50 gazillion nuts and bolts tightened up, and it's ready to put on top now. So Duncan's going to help me out with that. We'll get it up on top and then finish bolting it on. About right there. All right, you can see here
how it's going to rest. It needs a little adjusting. A little bit of a gap here. It's actually sitting on the roof here, but we still have to raise it up another inch and we're going to be in good shape. How does that look? When we tried it last time, that bar was sitting on top of the vent, so that's been shifted back. I think we're in good shape. Okay, next step. Need to get the clamp on the bottom. Probably start here at the front, work my way to the back, and get each side clamped in. Another tedious task, so here we go. Overall, I say tedious, it's just repetitive, but it's not that bad at all. All right, racks up. I've got 3 of the legs connected, 3 more to go, 6 more on that side. It's a little bit tedious, a little challenging. It's pretty snug. I've got those bolts, but that actually I think kind of helps to clamp the bar and anchor the bar a little bit because the bar can slide a little within the eye bolts. So just going to keep going with it. All right, rack is on. It's secured. I'm still going to go through and put in a couple more bolts just to make sure it's not going anywhere, but right now it's not going anywhere. Very happy with it. I need to secure the front and back end as well, but I think we're gonna, with that, gonna call it good for filming and just get this pounded out. Sun's gonna go down soon, but right now, pretty happy with it. That's pretty stout. If I wanted to slide a canoe up on top, I could do that. Yeah, happy with it. So I think this turned out well. All right. One of the things I really wanted was to keep it pretty low profile, and it is. It only sticks up about 4 inches. And because the roof bows in the middle, it's actually only about an inch off the roof, the top, right in the middle. So it's perfect. Okay. Hopefully you found this helpful as you think about what you might do for a roof rack. I know some people just screw right into the top. I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to build something off the side and also give me a framework that I can now use to maybe put an awning on or whatever else I might decide I want to do. So thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell to receive notifications for future content. That's all, folks. See you on our next adventure.